You think Carbide should stay here in Bhopal?
Yes, Sahib.
Okay. I can sleep tonight.
Hi, I'm Kat Kramer, and we're here at the 7th installment of Kat Kramer's Films That Changed the World with the legendary Martin Sheen. I'm proud to be kicking off the 7th installment with the impactful film Bhopal, A Prayer for Rain, starring Martin Sheen. And I wanted to ask you, first of all, I've seen the film and it's heartbreaking, and it stays with you for days, and that's, besides just it being a powerful film and your performance, it's the issue of what we're going to be doing about the situation. And I wanted to ask you, you're such an activist yourself anyway, but how much did you know about the gas leak? How much did you know about Warren Anderson before you even made the film?
Oh, in fact, I knew quite a lot. I remembered that early December morning, 1984, when the world became aware of this horrible tragedy. The numbers of the dead just overnight were upwards of between 12 and 13,000, and over the years, 30 years since then, another 12,000 have died. So it's cost upwards of 25,000 lives. Innocent victims of Union Carbide's accident, and the effects are still going on. That's part of the reason why we're here tonight, is to raise funds for the Bhopal Medical Appeal, which serves the victims in Bhopal who are suffering from the effects of the gas and the toxic groundwater. And now it has passed through a generation, because it's been so long since the original leak, that now the new generation are showing signs of the birth defects and so many of the obvious signs of poisoning while they were still developing in the womb.
Now, you play Warren Anderson,
Yeah.
and I guess you could say was a real life villain, even though he didn't mean to be.
Yeah.
But how did you approach playing someone, because he just passed away, wasn't it, just a few months ago?
Yeah, in fact, he died in early December, just last year, 2014. We did the film almost 5 years ago. We were filming in India when the 25th anniversary of the tragedy occurred, and we tried to contact Mr. Anderson. We made the company made several efforts. I made my own personal efforts. We were given, I believe he was at a residence in Connecticut at the time, and because we wanted him to respond to the film. He does not come off very heroic or very humane, and we wanted him to have a chance to personally respond. He never responded, not to the company, not to me, not to anyone involved with the film. He died a pretty broken man, alone in a hospice in Florida at the age, I think he was 91.
Well, thank you so much for being here and for making this film and for playing him, because he's paints that he was a tragic figure, and it's just another example of justice that needs to happen. And I can't imagine, and you playing him must have felt the pain that he was going through, and just the ignorance that he didn't do something about the situation. And I think it was motivated by fear. What would you like to see happen tonight?
It's not just fear and greed, but it was self-protection. They had the corporate shield on their side, and so the victims never had a chance to really approach the company of Union Carbide, eventually sold to Dow. and Dow did not carry the liability. So there are so many areas to point fingers, but the bottom line is that there is still horrible suffering going on with the victims and the next generation of those victims in Bhopal, India. And the Bhopal medical appeal is really the only sure help that these people have for absolutely no cost. So that's why tonight's event is so important, and we're grateful to you for hosting this.
Thank you. And not only are we honoring Marcia Hunt tonight, who's 97, for her activism, but we have kids coming as 9, 10 years old later on. What would you like the young activists who don't even know about this, that's why they're here tonight to see this, but what would you like them to take away with them tonight, and what would you suggest that they can do? Because people say, I want to help, but I don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. Besides donating, what would be your suggestion of how they can really raise awareness for this Bhopal situation?
Well, first of all, is find out as much as they possibly can, and it's all available on the internet. And from that initial night, I think it was December 3rd, 1984, and to this day, all of the efforts that have been made to deal with the crisis and the victims have, in large measure, failed. So, what I would want young people, ideally, to do is to first be aware, and secondly, to get involved in first of all, the environmental impact of what happened, the irresponsibility of so many corporate entities that are protected from liability in these cases, and to find, there are any number of organizations and groups that you can get with, and you can raise a lot of hell and get a lot of attention and learn a lot more, and then you can go into your communities, your schools, and teach other people what's really going on. It's not just what happened in Bhopal, which is 30 years ago. We can't really do anything about that except to serve the victims now. But there are so many other chemical disasters that are happening every day in our rivers and fields through pesticides and overuse of chemicals for mining and coal production, that it's devastating the environment. And the Clean Waters Act has suffered brutally in the last 5 or 6 years, specifically in West Virginia and Virginia. And so there's plenty of places you can go, and plenty of people that are involved, and you can join in organizations and speak truth to power.
Thank you so much. And we hope there's going to be a call to action tonight and a lot of donations made. And we're live streaming too, so for those who can't be here, what you're saying is so important and so impactful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.